In the middle of the Pacific Ocean, radar screens showed nothing. No ships, no planes, no signals. Yet somewhere beneath the waves, millions of dollars worth of cocaine was moving silently across international waters, inside a vessel so invisible, governments didn't even agree on what to call it. Not a submarine, not a boat, something in between. This is the true story of the most ingenious drug smuggling operation ever uncovered, a floating ghost that changed modern naval surveillance forever. By the early 2000s, cocaine trafficking faced a crisis. Satellites watched the seas, drones monitored coastlines, navies tracked shipping lanes in real time. Fast boats were intercepted, planes were shot down, traditional smuggling routes collapsed. For drug cartels, the ocean had become a prison, not a pathway. So they asked a radical question. What if the drugs didn't travel on the ocean, but beneath it? Deep inside Colombian jungles, far from roads, ports, or satellites, engineers began building something unprecedented. Not military submarines, not science vessels. Hand-built, low-profile submersibles constructed using fiberglass, scrap metal, and marine engines, designed for one purpose only: to never be seen. These vessels sat so low in the water that only inches of their structure remained above the surface, invisible to radar and nearly impossible to spot from the air. To authorities, they didn't exist. Every detail served stealth. Exhaust cooled before reaching the surface, engines insulated to reduce heat signatures, matte paint to blend with ocean glare, no radios, no lights, no digital footprints. Crews navigated using basic GPS and pre-memorized routes. No communication, no backup, no rescue. Once launched, these vessels were cut off from the world. Inside, conditions were brutal. Temperatures soared, oxygen was limited, space was measured in inches. Crews of 3 or 4 spent weeks submerged, surrounded by fuel fumes, seawater leaks, and constant mechanical risk. If something failed, no one was coming. Many vessels were designed to be scuttled if intercepted, sinking both cargo and evidence to the ocean floor. The mission mattered more than survival. For years, seizures didn't make sense. Cartels were producing cocaine. Demand was stable, but shipments weren't being intercepted. Then in 2006, something strange happened. A patrol aircraft spotted what looked like debris moving against ocean currents. It wasn't debris. It was the top of a vessel, barely breaking the surface. When authorities boarded it, they were stunned. They hadn't stopped a shipment. They had discovered an entirely new method of smuggling. Governments scrambled. New laws had to be written because these vessels technically weren't submarines, and existing maritime laws didn't apply. Navies upgraded sensors, aircraft changed flight patterns, intel agencies shared data globally. But the smugglers adapted faster. Each seized vessel revealed improvements: longer range, quieter engines, better balance. This wasn't desperation, it was innovation. Here's what made the operation truly brilliant. The submarine itself wasn't the most valuable asset. It was disposable. Cartels treated million-dollar vessels as single-use tools. Why? Because one successful trip paid for dozens of failures. Even when intercepted, crews often scuttled the vessel, erasing evidence, routes, and engineering secrets. Authorities weren't just chasing drugs, they were chasing ideas. In 2019, authorities seized a fully submersible narco-sub capable of crossing the Atlantic. This wasn't coastal smuggling, this was intercontinental underwater trafficking. For the first time, the world realized these weren't improvised boats. They were private submarines built outside any nation's control. The ocean had become a blind spot again. This isn't just a drug story. It's a lesson in asymmetrical warfare. Small groups, limited resources, out-innovating global surveillance systems. The same principles applied to cybercrime, espionage, and modern conflict. When enforcement becomes predictable, innovation finds a way around it. Somewhere beneath the ocean right now, a vessel may be moving, unseen, untracked, and unknown, not because governments aren't watching, but because someone figured out how to disappear. This wasn't the largest cocaine shipment in history. It was the most intelligent, and it proves one unsettling truth. The ocean still keeps secrets, and humans are learning how to hide inside them.